returning. That's a disappointing night for Northampton Town. What are your thoughts on this defeat against Wigan?
I've got to be honest, and I'll tell you exactly what I think, which I think you deserve. Saturday, very pleasing. Tonight, didn't do the basics well. Didn't respect the simplicity of what needed to be done, and we didn't do it well. Got outfought, got out challenged, and that's a minimum. We know where we're at. We know what needs to be done. Tonight, individually, didn't do it. We didn't show that fight and that hunger and that desire to win a game of football. Which, and again, right, you can say, yeah, mistake led to the goal. A basic mistake led to the goal. But before that, there's basics that we weren't doing right.
Can you put your finger on why you were so good at Accrington on Saturday and why you kind of let yourself down tonight? What's the reason for that inconsistency?
I think it's the simplicity of the mindset of the players, and that understanding of we get the performance on Saturday, and you keep telling them, and we have told the players that's what's needed for where we're at. Yeah, that's the minimum requirement of what's needed for where we're at. And then tonight's it shows you if you haven't got the minimum basics in place, that performance and that result, they will happen. Because there's other teams in and around us, they're in the same position as us, and week in, week out, we've got to show that fight and that hunger and that desire. And again, it's not about technical, tactical, but that's the basics. If you want to have longevity as a player in a career, you've got to have the hunger to do the simple things well. Today we didn't.
Do you feel that some players let you down tonight, Keith?
Again, I don't think look, we're a team. But we're a team, we're a squad, we're a football club that know where we're at, that we're in a fight, and we're all going to fight. But you're going to get some people that might want to try and go their own way. My job, the job of the staff, pulling players, staff in the line, making sure everybody understands we're in a fight. There's nothing better you go into a fight, be able to look the person in the eye and say, yeah, you with me.
And forgive me for asking this, I've asked you this before the season, but do you still feel that you can get the Cobblers clear of trouble? You're still the man for the job to make sure the Cobblers stay in League One this season?
Yes.
No doubts about that? No uncertainties about that at all? You're still very much focused and you can pull the Cobblers clear?
Jim, I'm a fighter. And I will fight and scrap. And I will get people on board to put in performances, to gain results, to get what we need, which is we need to stay in this division this year.
And how do you, it's a bitter blow losing to a relegation rival tonight. How do you get the players up for Saturday? It's another big game against Burton. How do you get them to bounce back in 4 days' time?
Again, that's the beauty of this profession that we're in, is we're getting games coming thick and fast. Individually, we need to turn up, and that's my job. I get people to turn up. Today, players didn't turn up. They didn't do the basics and they didn't do the simple things right. Again, it's a reset of identifying exactly what we did well on Saturday, because there was no flamboyancy in our play Saturday. We did the basics very well Saturday. Tonight, individually, some players didn't do the basics.
Can we expect to see change? You had an unchanged side tonight from Accrington. Can we expect to see changes in the starting lineup on Saturday? And as an extra question on top of that, are Sheehan and Miller anywhere close to being available for that match against Burton?
Well, the one thing I can guarantee you, Tim, is I won't play players that aren't fit, because again, you say about hunger, fight, desire, got to be fit to do that. So the team that I put out will be fit and will be hungry.
And just a final one, you took off Kean Bolger, your skipper, tonight, late on. That's quite a rare thing for you to do. Was that a consequence of his mistake that led to the goal tonight for Wigan? Was he kind of paying the price for that?
Well, I think Kean paid the price tonight for opening his mouth to an official who wasn't getting a booking. Now, unfortunately, it's not the first time he's done it. And it's something that he needs to get out of his character, get out of his game, because ultimately it puts you in a very precarious position throughout the game where you make one slip, one mistimed tackle, potentially you're off. And I think it's a cheap booking. And I was probably more frustrated with that, because repeatedly keep telling him, keep his mouth shut. Again, thankfully I played a lot of games, And I can tell you now, and I was quite smart with my mouth as well, not one referee ever changed his decision because of what I said. And very quickly now Keane's got to realise, yeah, Keane's got an opinion, but he will not change an official's mind.
Final one. You always say to me, I can ask you anything, so I will ask you this.
Please do.
Kieran Bolger, might he pay the price by not starting on Saturday?
That's a risk that Keane will face, but not only Keane. I think there's. I'll put a squad out, and we will be competitive. Saturday showed the basics that we did very well. Tonight we didn't do the basics well. We needed to put the ball in good areas. We needed to fight for the ball. We need to be more competitive tonight. That competitive edge wasn't there. Now, whether that's because players thinking, well, they did it on Saturday, and do we really need to do it tonight? You need to do it week in, week out. Good players turn up.
And finally, Burton.
Finally.
Forgive me, I always do that, don't I? Is Burton a must-win game? Bear in mind you've lost here to Wigan tonight. Is the pressure really on to deliver 3 points against Jimmy Ford, Hasselbank's Burton Albion?
Every game's 3 points. Every game starts at 0-0. We've got an opportunity to go to fight for 3 points in every game that we play, whether that's Burton, whether that's Sunderland, whether it's Ipswich, anybody that you want to name. Everybody that we've got to play, starting point is 0-0.
Okay, thanks for your honesty and time.